Mine is completely consumed with cancer, and she is very, very, very ill. Is there anything that I can do or she can do to come through this?
Come through means get cured?
Yes.
Or die peacefully?
Get better. Get better. Get better. Get well.
No, I am not talking with any disregard to your friend. But I want you to understand, people need to die. When and how is the only question, isn't it? So if death comes to us, yes, we will do everything possible to save ourselves. But if it goes beyond that, let us learn to die gracefully. Let's not fight with it and fight with it like endlessly, It's a horrible way to die. The way people are dying in Western countries is really a horrible way to die. Even though they're 85, 90, staying in a hospital with full of pipes and needles all over them, this is not. It's okay if you die 2 years early, what's the problem? You die peacefully and gracefully, that's more important, isn't it? See, death is the last thing that you do in your life, shouldn't you do it gracefully? We must learn to accept death as a part of our life. We are not wishing death, but when it comes, let us learn to go through it gracefully, If there is a possibility of saving ourselves, living beyond that, that is fine. But what I see in all the geriatrics homes in United States, many people are living beyond their death just because of medical support. And it's such a torture to themselves and to everybody. You should see the way in some of the homes they're being treated. Not because of anything, the people who work there after some time they get irritated because these dead bodies walking around. They don't understand anything, they've forgotten everything, they're like lost all their senses because they've lived beyond their time. If there was no too much medical input, they would have gracefully died at a certain point, isn't it? There is no sense in stretching it to one more month, one more month, one more month, it doesn't make any sense. But life is not understood that way, we are thinking of always stretching it. So if somebody's body is broken beyond redemption, let's learn to die gracefully. Let us make the person understand, it's okay, it's all right, We're all in the queue, aren't we? So you're ahead of me, isn't that great? In any queue you want to be ahead of everybody, isn't it? So I'm not trying to make fun of somebody's illness, but we should understand where one thing stops and the other thing begins, isn't it? You want to know what happens after death? See, if you want to know what happens after death,
maybe start living too much of death.
no, if you're not willing to die, you cannot live, Those who don't want to die cannot live also, isn't it?
Enjoy life.
You cannot. If you go on thinking, I don't want to die, you cannot live. If death comes, I'm willing to die, only then you can live, isn't it? You cannot deny one and have the other. Now, death means now, she says, why death? Let's avoid it. Why talk about death? Because talking about it itself creates fear. They have told you, you should not even utter the word death in your house. No, generally they have told you, you should not even utter this word in your home, isn't it? Because if you never utter the word death, death is not going to visit your home. There is a stupid hope like that. Anyway, it is going to visit you, whether you like it or you don't like it. Today or tomorrow is the only question, isn't it? Anyway, it is going to visit you, so it's better to look at it. It's better to understand it, it's better to face it. It's very good if you're prepared for it, not just mentally, in every possible way. Now, what death means is, if you want to know what it is, first thing is you should know what is happening with you right now, isn't it? But right now the problem is you don't know what is happening with you right now. You may know what is happening with your body to some extent, you may know what's happening with your mind, but you do not know what is happening with you. When you say, this is my body, this is my mind, that means you're still beyond those two, isn't it? The very fact you say my mind and my body means there seems to be something beyond what you call as body and mind. That something is not yet in your experience. So now when you're here and asking the question, when you don't know what is happening with you, how would you be capable of knowing something that happens after you have shed the body? Now if I tell you, see, after death, like this, your whatever, different names, Atman, Paramatman, whatever you are, that will go up 3,000 feet and then it'll move this way, then it'll go to heaven, then it'll go to hell. Even if it is true, as far as you are concerned, it's just a fairy tale, isn't it? Yes? Even if what I'm saying is truth, but as far as you are concerned, it's just a fairy tale. Fairy tales only entertain you, they'll never liberate you. They cannot liberate you. So, right now, what is you is alive and kicking. Now when it's alive and kicking, you must look deep into yourself and experience what this is about. The moment you experience what this is about, not just life, death and the beyond, everything is crystal clear to you. Because you don't know this, all those things have become, inaccessible. If you know just this one thing, everything is clear to you. If you know who you are experientially, every aspect of life and beyond is crystal clear to you.